Hey guys, what's up? The title of today's video is Not So Much. Not So Much. And here it is. 5-frame nuke, removable inner thing, a hole here entry, hole here entry. Each one of these almost has to be custom cut. There's a little deviation here. I don't think it's enough for a bee to get through, but whatever. But you know what I've decided, guys? Not so much. I just, no, I don't want to do this, okay? I don't want to do that. I'm going to leave this one like it is. I'm going to throw bees in it after the 30th. We'll go in on 3:30. I'll take you guys along, and there's 18, I have 18 colonies reserved, holdbacks. There's going to be some got new virgins going in and all this other stuff. And then there's existing queens out here actually laying, but they weren't hadn't fattened the hives up. I'm pouring full feed to them. So I want to go in and I want to find a breeder. We'll go on a breeder hunt. I want to find if we can, I don't know. I should. A lot of this stuff is Martin Queens, and Martin Queens, we've had good luck with those, production and workability. But we got to go through. I want to get the cream of the crop to graft from. So what we'll do, I'm going to set up on the 30th. I'm going to go in. We'll evaluate all the boxes, all the failures. Those we'll salvage those frames and get them in 5s. I've got supers for 5s. If I have to, I can throw them on top of an existing hive so they can clean them up and get any wax moth action that started, whatever. We'll clean them up and we'll keep the feed pouring to these hives. But I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. I think this is the last of the banditos right here. What I'm building, I went and got 3 pallets over at my pallet supply place. And there's the dunnage there. That's going to go to the dump. I don't burn stuff around here anymore. I'm just a little bit leery of fires because it has been dry. It's just, I get free dumping. If I don't overload this little truck here, they pull in. The guy sees me pull in. He's a whole hippie there. He goes, he does this number. That means get your ass out of here. You know where to go and dump the crap, okay? So I get free dumping. I just got to pay the gas money to get to the dump, which isn't that far away. Anyway, so I built these 4 this morning. This is a little bit of lumber I have left. Okay, I think I can get at least 2 more out of here before I got to source some more pallets. I picked the cream of the crop over there, what I did. Here's one here. I've still got here's a nice board here that's going to go in. That's going to be in a sidewall on one of my hobs. You put the good wood to the top on these things. So what I do, I source the best stuff. You see this bottom one's thinner. I got a lip here. So I put the fatty ones on top wherever I can. And the nice true ones, because you want a true top, because we're putting backer board on here, 1/4 inch backer board. And I want a nice seal here for the simple fact, robbing. We want to keep a tight top on this thing. They're all, the 5s and the 2s are basically the same, as you can see. I run the wire. See, on this one here, I had just a little strip and just one screw holding it in. There's no glue. I don't glue them anymore. I don't see any need to. What I did, I had a little brain seizure here. Normally, before I put the screen on, I dip these. It's been 6 months since I built one, and I had a little brain seizure and forgot to dip this before I put the screen on. But no biggie, I'm gonna dip it anyway. I don't think that dip is gonna hurt this galvanized screen anyway. So I'm gonna slop coat all over it. These 2 framers right here, need a handle. That's the only thing they lack. I'm gonna bore the holes too. I'm gonna bore the entry holes too, so the preservative gets through that hole. Of course, the bees will prop the hole up anyway to seal it, but I'm gonna bore the holes 7/8. You want a 7/8 hole for your little disc. Those discs, by the way, if you go on Amazon, you can get like 36 of them in a bag. The only thing you got to supply is the screws. I put stainless steel screws in there, by the way, so they're not rusting. You can reuse them. I'm sure the UV rays are going to eat up these discs. You guys that have used them for years, let me know. But I'm sure in this Florida sun, you're going to have an issue with UVs cooking that plastic. So. But they're so cheap, who cares? You can go to the field with a cordless drill, zap that one out, the hole's already there, put a new disc on, zip it in. So all I lack here is dipping. I'll dip this. I think I got enough here. I'll bang out one more. See, I've got one nuke there, 2, 3 nukes, and I got some 2x4s laying around here. I can whack them up too. So your 2 framer is going to be 3.5 inches on the inside. They're 3.5 inches on the inside. That gives you plenty of room. I've got a couple frames over here. Let me show you real quick. Something else I wanted to show you with these dimensions. Okay, you see this action here? So you've got quite a bit of room with a 3.5 2x4. You actually have a little bit too much, but that's okay. That's okay. That's not going to hurt. That's not going to hurt nothing. You can cram them all to one side if you want to. But you'll notice here. See this action here? You can with this 3/4 down and 3/4 in. This is what you can get. So you have to be, but you've got tons of bee space over here. See that bee space? You've got lots of bee space here, right? You're going to bore a hole in here. The good side, this one here's got a knot on it. I don't want to bore it there. I'm going to bore the entry hole over here about this way. The handle will come, the top of the handle, it's going to come about 2 inches down from the top of this lip, and it'll be probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and then the entry hole will be here. I don't go clear across with the handle. I just stay on the inside here. So I cut my handles 3.5 inches, and they will go across here. But keep this in mind. Say if I bore the hole here, When you drop these frames in, make sure that they are shoved back. That's the only thing, you know, with a standard Dadant hive, it's already preset. So you have bee space here and you have bee space here, but you'll notice if I shove this down, there is no bee space. So if you cram these together, granted, they could probably come between those two frames down at the bottom, but if you got the hole up top, the bees can't even get in the box. So keep that in mind when you're building 2-frame or 5-frame beefies. When you install your bees, just keep it locked into your hair-covered computer. Make sure these frames are shoved over, otherwise your bees won't be able to come and go out of this box. But it's no big deal. These things propolis up fast. If you throw these on a truck and go from base camp to my out yard, before I walk away, I open this hatch up and let them fly. I pop this top and I look in here and make sure we have bee space here. I don't want to walk away and find out later the bees couldn't get in the box. Not a good plan. Yeah, so today I'm just out here making sawdust, lots of sawdust. You get quite a bit of waste with these pallets, but these here I can cut 3.5 inches, say, on that one, and then split it with a table saw, and I've got 2 handles out of this. All these, and the rest of it goes to the dump. Yeah, I don't sit and hang on to this stuff, because every time I process pallets, I'm getting a ton of this wood. So you get everything. You're going to get your handles, and you're going to get your 2 cleats on the bottom. Now the cleats on the bottom, I do run like this one here, this 5-frame. I run all the way on the outside, and you can see I only put in 2 screws. No glue. You don't put these boxes together with any glue. You don't need it. It's a waste of money. It's just a waste of money. But this is the cheapest box on the planet to build. I mean, granted, you buy the 2-inch stock unless you can source this 2-inch stock somewhere for little or nothing. I don't know. I have not found a source for 2-inch stock, really. So I don't worry about it. I just get it. And then when I'm building 2-framers, but this whole thing with a split deal here, and then you pull this out. I did number it. See, this is number 1, and I did put number 1 on this, so because I had to custom fit it. Even though I had them cut before and all, I had to custom fit it. Because I think when I did this one, my other box, I went inside here a little bit. I set my saw kerf a little deeper in here. So I actually had to trim these to get this to work. I had to trim off the ends. It was a pain in the ass. I did it with a set of bullnose 10 snip shears is what I did it with. But I'm going to keep this one just for giggles in stock. I've got to dip this too. I'm going to dip them in taller preservative. I got a bucket down there, and I got a plastic 55-gallon barrel out there that's cut in half, and I just swish that around. That stuff they say is only good for a month or 2, but that stuff's been laying in there for 6 months. It actually smells like a friggin' septic tank. That stuff smells like a septic tank. I don't know if it's rotting or what, but it never did smell good when you first made it up, so I don't know. I don't see how it can go bad, but I don't know. I have no clue what that is. It's some sort of a mineral or something. If you guys know what tall earth, it's a granular product, and you just mix it with hot water. That pack I bought was good for 5 gallons, so I mixed 2.5 gallons, just took milk jugs, and that's how I measured it. I put 2 and 1/2 and split that pack, and I just eyeballed the amount of material in there. Actually, I dumped it on a plastic sheet, or a hard plastic sheet, and I just mounded it up, and then I took the mound and I cut it in half, and that's how I divided the package to 2.5 gallons, and that's what I made up at the time. So I've got it all in there now because I've used quite a bit of it. And I just use a old shoe shine brush. I put on rubber gloves because I don't know what this stuff does to your skin. It's supposed to be non-toxic. But I've used this little kiwi brush, shoe shine brush forever, slopping it all over these boxes. Yeah, so your nail holes on these, I don't worry about the nail holes. No need to fill them. If you got a big crack in here, what you can do too is come on the inside with a piece of Gorilla Tape and Gorilla Tape it from the inside. That way when you slop the paint on, and I slop it on thick, it's almost like a putty. I slop it on thick, and then I let it sit out here and in the sun and dry, and the paint will run down and get, you know, hit that. Otherwise, if you don't have the duct tape in there, it's going to just run through and it's going to be all over the side of the box and everything. But these holes, these nail holes, then you just buy yourself one of these punch guns here. This thing works fantastic. New Max, you get them online. It was really cheap. It's a really cheap gun. It doesn't take, I don't know, I got my compressor set at 100, a little over 100 psi, and it just slams them out. When you're knocking those nails out, I've got a bucket here, and you just put a towel, down in the bucket. There's some old hunting tree steps in there. I put a towel down, and you set that up on your bench here, and put the board across that bucket, and reverse slam those nails, and it'll hit that towel. So yeah, I just quickly doing some stuff here, clean up the shop here, set up my archery targets and start slinging some arrows. So I'm going to, so I got more to do here. There's 3 more. I'll probably knock them out tomorrow, or knock four out. I may go down and source some more, because what I want to do is go in. We will go in on 3:30. We'll go in on 3:30. We'll go in on 3:30, and there's 18 boxes I kept held back for Build Back Better plan, and we'll go through all those colonies. Any failures, we'll salvage that material, like I said, and we'll put over on different units before the wax moth chew everything up. And I want to go through them colonies. Martin's burning another round of grafts tomorrow. He said he's probably going to have extras. He's filling up a bunch of boxes. I think there's a Georgia guy. He may swing in there and sell him some mated queens when he's heading back north. Anyway, he's already got some boxes sold in Michigan. Soon as he hits the line, state line. So he's busy. I'm busy. We're all busy as a bee. And my plan is to burn out some more of these. I'm done fooling around with this divider thing. I started putting this divider thing, and I was trimming it and trying to get everything just right, and the tolerance is so tight. You don't have that issue with this 2-framer. You don't have that scenario. You put 2 frames in there, that's it. The best thing to do is put one in there. Try to get some sealed brood in there with some open cells, and then a food frame. But you're going to be feeding these bees anyway. You keep them jacked up. Keep these bees jacked. I don't care unless you got a heavy flow coming in of some sort. Say you're north and you got some apple trees or whatever going on. This next month, Gallberry and Palmetto. Gary has got some locations up there around Gothi. His buddy Danny has got, is it Danny or Jimmy? Hell, I forgot already. I think it's Danny. Anyway, they got locations in Gulf Hammock by Gothi. And that, I have been in there. I got my ass kicked one year by bears, but you'll have to put some hot fence. I have to put some hot fence in there, because there is bears, and The state's not letting people shoot bears yet. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I really don't. We've got too many people here in Florida. It's like the gators. You got too many people, and gators don't mix. They're gonna try to eat kids, dogs, cats, you name it. So they have hunts for gators. So it helps keep them down. But nobody's watching the bear circus. No, we got too many bears now. They need to be thinned out, all right? And they need to be scared of human beings, because if not, they're going to be breaking into your house and eating your children, for God's sake. And that's the way it always works. You got to screw around until things get out of control. Oh, we just had 2 or 3 kids get eaten. Okay, well, maybe we should think about, maybe we should think about a bear season, you think? Florida is getting too full of people. And I understand we need Florida panthers and we need a few black bears, but you got to regulate it. If you want more bears, you want more panthers, that's fine. Put a sign at the border. No more human beings here. We are full. But I don't think anybody will read those signs, because around me here, all of the woods are getting tore out, guys. All of them. They're all getting leveled. Just down the road from me here a little bit. Oh my God. That thing was some beautiful woods forever. Ever since I've been here. They are, it looks like the Serengeti plains out there. Every tree is gone. There is a cajillion manholes, sanitary sewer manholes, cajillion storm sewer structures, pipe out the wazoo, stacked, ready to go on that side of the road. On the other side of the road, same scenario. Just to my east, Hayes Road, they're blowing that thing out, all cattle land back. They're tearing out all of that. Cattle gone. Guys, I want more cattle and more grass, okay? More cattle, more grass for Steve-O's ribeyes. It's unbelievable what's going on. So I drifted off there for a second on crazy left-wing craziness, okay? I'm wondering, where are we gonna put the trash? Other thing is, can we process human waste, sewage, fast enough? Because when all these subdivisions around here get plugged in, all these people moving in, leaving goofball state, that'd be California, goofball out there, and they're coming, and in that goofball in New York, they're getting out of that hellhole. All these hellholes, left-wing hellholes, they're coming where? Florida, okay? So it's getting tougher too for beekeepers, not only for ranchers, but beekeepers, because these guys need places to put bees, and they're pollinators. And we're not talking, you know, like Steve-O, 30, 40 hives. We're talking like 5,000 colonies. I mean, semi-truckloads that they come into Florida to winter. So the state has got to start helping out the beekeeper too, especially these commercial guys. All they got to do is go down through there and look. How long's this dude been a beekeeper? Well, he's been registered since way back in the frickin' 70s. I think he needs to be grandfathered in and, you know, let him have some space somewhere. Florida's got tons of what they call wildlife management areas. They won't let us in on half of it. It's crazy. Beekeepers aren't going to hurt a thing. Make some accommodations for these guys so they can get their semis in there. Put some 57 granite on some of these roads so they can drive in there with a semi and offload bees when the hunting isn't going on. I mean, good Lord, this ain't rocket science. I'll tell you right now, in April, May, you've got gallberry and saw palmetto, and some of these places like Gothi has got cabbage palm. So back in umpteen years ago when I was running that rig up there, there wasn't nobody there. I could go in April, get the oranges. 1st of April into the saw palmetto and gallberry, which is in the same spot, along with the cabbage palm. I could go in April and I didn't need to pull out of there till September. And then I would go to Northport or Port Charlotte and spend a month there getting Brazilian pepper honey. I'd make 100 pounds per hive. I'd pull out of there and go clear to Naples into the punk forest. It's a Metaleuca forest, everything, Metaleuca out the yin and yang. I have not been there in years. It's been a long, since the 80s. I haven't been down there. I had no need to go down there because I don't, you know, I'm not traveling, I'm not moving bees anymore. I'm just doing this sideline gig, you know, hobby style. That's all I'm doing. So this kind of stuff keeps me out of trouble. I don't need to haul bees down there. I don't have enough bees for that. So I just buy sugar. I buy sugar instead of gasoline. Years ago, I did not feed bees. I ran 4 supers per hive. I ran 10 frame equipment. If I did it again, like I told you before, I run 8 frame equipment, and I would run all deep boxes for honey supers or broods. And you could probably get away when I was running that down there. I was filling up. I was filling up 4 shallow boxes, and I probably could have, in some of those, I could have put a 5th box on. Some of my stronger colonies, I could have made 5 shallow boxes of honey on each one of these moves I was making. Oranges was always iffy, but normally I could make 2 to 3 shallow supers of orange blossom honey. That's some top grade stuff, but saw palmetto and gallberry is, as far as I'm concerned, is a top table grade honey. I like Brazilian pepper honey. Some people don't. It's got a little peppery taste to it. It is an excellent table grade honey if you eat honey. I don't eat honey anymore. Unless I have a sore throat, which is hardly ever. My immune system is pretty much good because I'm a carnivore. If you are a carb eater, you are trashing your immune system. You're going to have metabolic syndrome, and that means you are screwed up mentally, physically, hormonally, everything. I'm here to tell you. If you don't believe me, watch some of Anthony Chafee and Dr. Ken Berry's YouTube stuff. You will learn a bunch. And every Monday night, Dr. Ken Berry and his wife Nisha, they have a talk show on YouTube. Go plug that in and watch that. And Chafee now, my God, he's out there almost every day. He's putting in a new one every day. I get a ping on my phone, new video. You guys are going to learn so much from these 2 guys. There's more out there. You got Sean Baker. He's an old bodybuilder guy. He's a surgeon also, along with Anthony Chafee. These guys know how the human body works. Ken Berry is a family primary care physician, but I don't think he does it that much anymore. I think he's just a YouTuber and got a cajillion subscribers. These guys have got it going on. You can all these modern doctors that you're going to, they are not on this same page. They will laugh at you. If you go to your family doctor and you mention that you're a carnivore, they'll look at you like you're an evil alien from planet Eckateca, okay? They will start laughing at you, but do not, I'm here to tell you, do not back down from these people. These people are corrupt to the core or just plain friggin' stupid. And I don't know if you can go through umpteen years of med school and get stupid, but you can definitely get brainwashed, okay? Because they have no idea, and I think honestly they don't have any clue, because I'm pretty good at reading people's faces. And when I start talking to them about this stuff, they're looking at me like, I never learned any of that in school. So they're still on this kick, guys. Get this. They are still on this kick that fatty red meat will clog your arteries and give you a heart attack. Well, if that was the case, guys, Steve-O had been dead long ago, because that's all I eat, and all of my blood work looks good, other than cholesterol. It's through the roof. My HDL is up there, it's above 50. My LDL is up through the ceiling. I don't care. I told the doctor, I don't care if LDL shoots to the moon. And if you listen to Anthony Chaffee, this guy makes sense. He said our whole brain is cholesterol. And now, if you'll notice, like he said, dementia now is going off the chart. A good friend of mine just lost his doctor from dementia. He was a surgeon, hell of a nice guy. It hit my buddy hard, because they were like this. It hit him hard that he passed away, and he watched, and they call it the slow goodbye. This dementia he had, he said they call it the slow goodbye. Well, who the hell wants a slow goodbye? And when it's time for old Steve-O to check out, I want to kiss Miss Daisy goodnight, lay down, go to sleep, and never wake up. That's the way to go. That is the way to go. But we don't want that until we're 125 plus, okay? And you can do it. Anthony Chaffee says you can do it. There's no reason in the world you can't. He said 125 is doable, but it is not doable with the modern medical system that we've got today, brainwashing people that you have got to have all these medications in you. And he claims that cholesterol medication is causing dementia, and I believe it, because it's stripping out the cholesterol out of your body, and you're having dementia and you're having muscle issues. And the last time I checked, the heart is a muscle. I had real havoc with calf muscle cramping and forearm muscle cramping, which in return gave me carpal tunnel, and the calf muscle gave me plantar fasciitis problem. I was crippled for 3 years, hobbling around, all kind of stupid foot inserts. Yeah, I have foot inserts in here now in my shoes. I went to the Good Feet store, and they did an impression on my feet, and they said these things will work. So far they work great, but I got rid of plantar fasciitis and carpal tunnel by doing what? Got off of cholesterol medication and I went on a carnivore diet. Yeah, and my body reacted very nicely to that. And I'm not plugging up my... They've got a guy, guys, listen to this. There's 2 doctors on... about the only news I watch is Fox. I watch my local news and I watch Fox. I do like Ingram Angle. I think she's a real good straight shooter. I used to watch Jesse, but I've moved on to documentaries. I get Ingram Angle, and that's enough of that for one night. I don't want to get my blood pressure too high. And then I'll switch over. Here lately I've been watching the rodeo, Houston rodeo. That's been good. And then I'll watch some old Columbo flicks and this and that. But yeah, anyway, where was I going with that one? Oh, I was going with that one. The Fox News, they got this, the doctor on there, I don't know his name, Spiegel, some crazy thing. He claims, guys, that you have got to watch, they're still preaching this. I cannot believe they're still preaching this garbage. They're claiming that fatty red meat, he said, make sure you have protein, don't eat too many carbs. They're starting to throw that in. Don't eat too many carbs. No, you want 0 carbs unless you want to be a diabetic on metformin, and then shortly thereafter they're going to cut your feet and your legs off, okay? These people are corrupt to the max. He's claiming that, oh, you got to watch it now, about be careful, because that red meat, fatty red meat, and trim your steaks. Don't eat that fat, because that fat will clog your arteries. That is a lie. And they got that hot looking girl, she's on there too. She comes in and she was putting out that spiel too. Too much fatty red meat is not good. It plugs up your heart. That is a lie, okay? Yeah, that's a Fannie Willis lie is what that is. Oh my Lord. Wow. It's amazing what's going on. So anyway, I'm sorry I got off on that thing, but every time I turn around, they're in your face. So you have to address the issue, and you have to unbrainwash people and get them on the right track. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just the messenger boy here. I'm trying to show you guys a little bit of bee stuff, you know, from what I'm doing here. And you know, a lot of my stuff works. Sometimes it will come back and bite you, but most of the time my stuff works because I've been playing with these bugs for over 60 years. So, but I learn every day, and that's the kind of cool thing about beekeeping. You just when you think you know what the heck's going on, them bees throw you a curveball. But you learn from each little trick they throw at you, and you try to figure out the mystery of the bees. They've been around millions and millions of years, so all we can do is work with the bees. We're working for the bees, let's face it. They've got it handled. They know what's up, but we're always learning, and that's the cool thing about beekeeping. It's always interesting. You're always learning something. You're learning tricks. I keep learning tricks on these boxes. Yeah, that box there, not so much anymore. I don't think I'll fool it. This will be fine. Now here's my plan. Everybody says, oh, Steve-O, you put bees in there, she comes back with her mating flight, and it ain't gonna take no time to blow this thing up. Well, yeah, you're right about that. So what you're gonna do there is you're gonna take them out of here, because you didn't put up a whole lot of resources to put this together. So you're waiting, once you put that in, that virgin or cell in there, come back in 3 weeks. Don't wait 4, come back in 3, and she's gonna be filling that sucker up. At that point in time, you gotta make a decision. Do you have customers ready you can call? I'm offering 2-frame nukes. New queen, 2 frames, and a box, $75. They don't want it, no biggie. Take those 2 frames out of there and put in a 5-frame box and let them blow that up. So now it gives you another month. Then you can come back in a month, monitor the box, keep feeding them, monitor the box, or put them on a honey flow. That would be the ideal scenario. But me here, I don't have honey flows. I've got this little bit of nothingness popping all around me. It's not enough to blow up boxes. I've got to feed. And at Joe's price is 70 cents a pound. 70 cents a pound. Thank you so much, Joe, for shutting down the fuel industry, because everything is run in this country by crude oil. Now you can play all the games you want with wind and solar. You can put hamsters inside of a squirrel cage and let them run around, and up gear it to run my 99 Ranger. Put a bunch of hamsters in a cage and let them run that 99 Ranger. Yeah, you can do all that craziness. We need crude oil, and Joe's killing us on that because they got this head up their ass about global warming. They're on this kick. Him and Lurch. Lurch is trying to run around in his private jet, yeah, burning fuel. That's okay, because he's king. Yeah. King Dookie of Turd Hill. That's what he's king of. So he's running around doing that, brainwashing people, and it works. They can lie to you. Old Bummer used to say, I can sit down and tell the American people anything, and they will believe it. You can tell people anything you want, Old Bummer, but you ain't fooling me a bit, okay? You ain't fooling me a bit, and this is your third term. I didn't know you could give presidents 12 years, but I guess you can. Yeah, I guess you can. Yeah. 4-year terms. Yeah, I guess you can, Obama. Yeah, Obama. Yeah. So that's what it is. What it is. We just got to get these people voted out so we can get this country back together, on the right track. Stop this corruption. I think Mr. Trump's going to lower the boom on this phony. I think. I don't know. Phony big pharma corruption we got going on. But don't sit and tell the people the facts like I'm telling you right now. Sugar is killing the entire population of America. High carb, processed grains, flour, all of that garbage is killing people by the thousands. And then medication is killing people by the thousands every day. And then we got numbnuts letting people come across the border with fentanyl, killing thousands of people. With the illegals coming in here, killing thousands of people because they want a change the demographic on the voting scenario. Yeah, these people got to be stopped this year. This year, we're going to say, no, you're not doing this anymore. You're done. And if they run their mouth, say, no problem. I'm fixing to take you out back of the woodshed right now and whipping you so much you're going to be crying and wanting your mommy. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm going to get these boxes ready. So my queen, because my bees need a mommy, okay? They're crying for a mommy. They want a mommy, so it's my job to make more mommies to fill these boxes. So that's what we got going on. The plan is to go in on 3:30, evaluate everything we got, salvage frames where we can, and go on a hunt and find the very best, hopefully find the very best queen of all my stuff. I want a girl that's producing like crazy. I want to see her offspring bringing in lots of honey, nectar, pollen. I want a nice calm colony, and then I will put breeder on the top of that box. Then we're going to go in and we're going to set up. We're going to take a 5-frame box. I'm only going to graft 15 at a time. For my small operation here, I'm going to graft. When I graft, I'm going to be grafting only 15 at a time, 1 bar, and I'm planning on doing that monthly. So we're going to set up a builder 5-framer. We're going to get 1 honey and pollen frame, and the rest is going to be solid seal brood and bees, and we'll shake extra bees. Well, that box will be explosive. It'll be just jammed with bees, jammed with seal brood, and as they hatch, nurse bees will be emerging from that hatch to take care of our cells. Now I'm only going to run 1 batch, 1 bar of 15. That's it. I'm going to fill up my nukes. Then we'll take that. They'll take that builder, split that up. We'll have 5 frames in there. We'll split that up, put in these 2s, so we have more frames. And we will start this process every month. Try to get 15 of these 2 framers built up. And as they come back from their mating flight, which is going to, you're after you put your cell in or your virgin, come back in 2 to 3 weeks and see how she's doing. Pull them out of these 2s. Another thing too, you can always advertise these 2s and see how it goes. You can do 2s and 5s. But for a hobbyist just getting into this thing, don't want to spend a lot of money, he could buy a 2-framer, get a 5-frame box, 3 extra frames, put that in there and let that colony blow up. And then he could get another box set on top of that, 5. They'll fill that sucker up fast. You feed them, they'll fill that thing up fast. Now you got 10 frames of bees. You can see how the thing progresses. It just keeps going and going and going. Before long, you're going to be swimming in beehives, okay? That's the way it works. And it's addictive. Let me tell you something. Let me give you let me give you a forewarning on this. Beekeeping. It's very addictive. It's addictive as hunter's crack pipe. Yeah, now that is addictive. All right, guys, that's addictive. So be careful. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next. I'm done BSing. I'm done messing with you for the day. I got to get busy here. I got boxes to dip in preservative. I got to clean up this bombing range that I created. Look at this bombing range. And then I've got to. Time is it? Wow, it's 3:18 in the afternoon. I got to get going here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Be happy, be strong. We got to keep getting it on. And let's vote out this year. Vote out all of these far left crazy nut jobs. See you soon. Bye-bye.